King Louis as well as Marie Antoinette have fled the country of France and are attempting to make it to Austria, where Marie Antoinette's family resides.
The third estate, still rampant with anger, are revolting against establishment and are continuing to rebel against French authority.
We have been told that King Louis left that night with his wife, while they were escorted out of their residence to a place we believe to be Austria.
It is unknown who helped the king and how they were able to escape. Angry citizens are still on the lookout for King Louis.
King Louis's poor management of money spent on outrageous parties and selfish desires such as building the Palace of Versailles, the third estate has been left in ruins. With the money to spend on stuff other than food, of the people of the third estate are just getting by. My crew and I have the latest insight on the conditions of the poor.
Horror on the scene with one of the members of the third estate.
Thanks, Brendan. How do you feel about King Louis' spending of money?
I feel like King Louis is very selfish. He's really used most of his money on himself and his party members, giving them all the wealth and food and partying, while people like me are dying sick on the streets, homeless, with nothing but the clothes on our bodies to survive.
How do a member like yourself in the third estate get by on a day-to-day basis?
Well, with little money I have left over from taxes, I buy food, and really I don't really buy clothes because I have some and I have enough for more. To sleep, I just find somewhere like this and just make it work.
Now send it to my fellow colleague Jack Richardson.
Thank you, Justin. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing behind this tree?
The Fed's watching.
What kind of effect do you think King Louis' rule has had on France?
I feel like he's turned France into a country that has become easily pushed around by the surrounding countries around it. I feel like King Louis is a selfish leader that spends his money on indulgences on himself when he easily could be helping the third estate, which has been struggling rapidly. Back to you, Jack.
For these graphic interviews regarding the conditions of the third estate. The third estate is really struggling. They are sleeping and living in leaves. With no money, it looks like we need change, and we need change quick.
Breaking news. In a mob-like fashion, the third estate is literally at the king's doorstep, refusing authority, trying to get into the king's castle. Like we said earlier, this is in fact due to the French government and how they poorly treated the third estate. Informing our viewers of this serious situation. As you can see behind me, the third estate is violently revolting against the king. They have come together in mobs as they realize they are stronger as one united force. They are sick and tired of being mistreated and have finally decided to take a stand. You can infer that the state of France is in critical position. You attacking the king's castle in such a manner?
Well, I decided to take the law into my own hands. The king has not made good decisions in the third estate, and I just thought we have to do this.
It's just to the king.
Yeah, because after the way he's treated us for so long, I think it's only fair.
Do you think the king will make any changes after this?
No, he's been in power for so long and he still hasn't changed anything. Why would he change now? You bet.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ron. Bring you to exclusive live footage of what seems to be a gathering of the third estate at a random tennis court.
Are you tired of being mistreated?
Yeah!
Are you tired of being told what to do?
Yeah!
Are you tired of King Louis spending your hard-earned money on things for him? Are you tired of being tired? Are you tired of being poor? I say we ain't tired no more. I say we unite. We gotta make it official, though. We gotta make it official. Make it official. Make it official. All 577 of us. We need to sign this proposal. This proposal states we will not stop till we get a constitution. Let's sign it, boys.
and sign it. I'm gonna open it up and sign it.
This is called the tennis court oath.
Woo!
For France! Justin, the 30 state officials are calling this gathering a tennis court oath. This gathering was more of a pep rally than anything. Everyone at this rally signed a document.
The proposed oath was to read that they would remain assembled until Constitution had been written. The proposal was overall a success.
About 577 members of the 30 states signed this document. Clearly, the 30 state did not like getting locked out, and they are taking this matter very seriously.
The state has come up with a document called the Declaration of the Rights of Men, which states all men are equal no matter what social class. It also states position in government is based off of talent, not social class. We now take it live to the Palace of Versailles, where King Louis is signing the document as we speak.
Come in.
King, may I?
You may come in.
We have prepared a document for you to sign.
First off, get on your knees when you address me. Get on your knees. Now, what is this document you speak of?
It's called Declaration of the Rights of Man. It states that there will be an end to exemption from taxation, freedom, and equal rights for all men, and access to public office based on talent, not position.
The third state, all they do is complain. I give them everything they want, and all they do is complain. Do I have to sign it? I mean,
Yes, you do.
do you think I should sign it? Do you think this will get them to stop fighting? I mean, this is all. That's
Yes,
the
sir.
only reason I'm signing this. That's the only reason I'm signing this. Make sure to tell them that I really care about them too. The king. Okay. Okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
Tell them.
Thank you.
Tell them. Hey. Bow down when you leave. Bow down when you leave. Bow down. You leave.
I'll take it to my colleagues who are interviewing the King and the third estate's representative live.
I'm here live at the palace with King Louis after you signed the Declaration of the Rights of Man. King Louis, how do you feel about this document?
What document are you talking about? What document do you mean? What do you mean?
King Louis, the document I just signed, Declaration of the Rights of Man, that states that all men are equal and that position in government will be based on talent, not by social class.
Oh, I know.
It allows freedom.
Yes, I know the document you're talking about now. I think that document is very, very helpful to the people of the bourgeois. No, I mean the third estate. It's very helpful to the people of the third estate.
King Louis, do you think that the 30 state will stop rebelling now that you have signed this document for them?
To be honest, I hope so, because that's really the only reason I signed the document. But yes, I think since I am superior ruler to all other rulers, yes, I think that, they will stop. I think that me signing it will make them stop, and that they will gain respect for me.
Thank you. Well, King Louis does have no idea what is going on. And clearly he has just done it, so the third estate will stop complaining.
Throw it over to Justin Poor, interviewing one of the members of the third estate. There you go, Justin.
Why, thank you, Brendan. How do you feel about the policies as listed in the document?
I feel good about the policies, public positions in government based on talent, not on social class, and that all men are equal. That's a big one. I think all men are equal, and it's not just because you're in the lower class doesn't mean that you're not as good as someone in the upper class.
Do you think the King will follow the policies that he agreed to follow?
I do not think that the king will follow the policies that he agreed to follow. I just think he signed it because he wanted the third estate to stop rebelling, stop complaining, and all that. He just wanted to get it done and over with.
I agree with you. Back to you, Brendan.
As you can see from this brief video overview, the third estate has gone through many hardships caused by King Louis and the French government.
Heroically, the Third Estate came together to fight against King Louis's rule, forcing him to flee. The power of the Third Estate had seemingly gone from little political power at all to getting their king to sign a declaration, no matter how he felt about it. What's going on?
We got breaking news.
What?
I'm gonna throw a little Hail Mary over to Jack Richardson with the news.
Thanks, Brendan. This just in. King Louis and his family have been found, but under the most unfortunate of circumstances. King Louis and his family were found fleeing back to Austria, the home of his wife, Marie Antoinette. King Louis was in search of military aid so he could take back France from his own people and return himself on top of the monarchy where he used to belong. Back to you, Brendan.
The French Revolution was a time of great turmoil in French history. It began in 1789 and ended in 1799. During the French Revolution, the previous absolute monarchy and the entire social three-estate system was overthrown. People in the Third Estate were especially tired of being treated like this and wanted radical changes right away. Louis XVI was the first king to come into power at the start of the revolution. He was a very weak and indecisive ruler, which was terrible for the country at that point. He also had a wife, Marie Antoinette, from Austria, who was obsessed with spending money. Together, they put the country into debt with over $2 billion. Despite national lack of food, they always ate immense amounts and spent money which didn't even belong to them, but to the country. This put the country into a worse state, and eventually both Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette were executed. The Third Estate was tired of being treated how they were. They wanted more respect and an actual say in the government. They had the most trouble paying for bread, while others feasted away. Finally, they began to revolt.
Thank you, Jack, for that wonderful breaking news.
Well, it appears as if King Louis won't be king for much longer.
Ha ha ha! You can say that again, buddy.
Oh.
From everyone here at Channel 10 News Team, we'd like to say, you stay classy, friends.